First show. Let's see the front double. Come on, kid. Yeah. Let's go. Cool. We're live. Let's get it. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. What's poppin'? Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Let's fucking get it. Mike says, keep killing it. You know the vibes. Curse, best day of my entire life. That's what it is. That's the mantra in the Change Lives Academy and the $1 Million Mastermind, which is the coaching group that I'm in. Super fucking amazing, absolutely remarkable human beings inside there. A lot of fucking amazing trainers. Yo, Mauser, what's good, brother? Let's go. Good to see you again. Mine is awesome, even with a busted leg. How are you doing? So I'm going to be talking about my competition prep so far, and how that's been going. So I'm just going to kind of really talk about my experience so far, feedback on that, and give you guys a little insight on how things are going. Maybe you guys could take some value from that. So with that being said, I don't want to waste anyone's time here, and I do have dinner plans tonight. My friends are actually taking me out to dinner as a celebration because I'm moving to Florida this weekend. Count's out of the bag. Let's go. Cool. So let me get this rolling here. Boom. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom. What is going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Shift Your Mind, Change Your Life podcast. This is your boy, Coach Sal. Let's get it. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about my first show, my first competition as an amateur bodybuilder, competing in the classic division at the summer shredding event in Houston, Texas at Alphaland. So I'm super excited for that. And I just wanted to share a little bit about my experience so far and how that's going, give you guys some value on that, and give you a little insight on what that's like. So you guys can get an idea of what it's like to go into a contest prep. Now, granted, this is my first one, so I'm learning a lot throughout the process. I have an online coach who helps me with my training, my nutrition. I also have an in-person trainer who helps me with my form and making sure that every rep is being optimized, and I'm pushing myself every single day, day in and day out, to the point where I'm exhausted 24/7. So that's being optimized. I also have a physical therapist. Shout out to John over at Bethpage Physical Therapy, who works on my body and my muscle tissue to make sure that I'm optimizing my recovery. I also have a mental therapist as well that I meet with every single week for an hour on the phone, just to discuss, everything that I have going on in my life, to really just make sure that every area of my life is, really, I guess, maxing out, you could say. And I'm a really firm believer in proper planning and proper execution. That's just kind of how I've been doing things recently, ever since I joined a business coaching program called the Change Lives Academy. Shout out to my guys in West Kelowna, British Columbia. They've absolutely changed my life, and it's just been, just a whirlwind of emotions and a lot of growth over the last year. So just really amazing stuff. Now, I don't really have much prepped here for tonight. It's just kind of some time to really hang out with you guys and connect, as always. I really like to, just try to come on here and spit some truth. Normally, I give you guys some actionable tips, on health and fitness and nutrition and mindset and that sort of thing. Today's podcast episode is a little different. I'm kind of just rambling in a sense where I'm explaining kind of how my prep has been going. So far, it's been pretty tough. I've dropped my calories drastically. I was consuming probably around like 5,000 a day. I know it's a lot, maybe even more. Honestly, I don't know. I really wasn't tracking for a while because I was trying to bulk. And for those who don't know, you need to be in a calorie surplus to put on muscle tissue. So what does that mean? It means that you're consuming more calories than you're burning. That's as simple as it gets. And my thought process was, well, I'm trying to get as huge as possible, and I want to build as much tissue as I possibly can. So in that process, I was eating as much clean food as I possibly could on a daily basis. So for the last probably, 6-7 months, I was having a good 4 or 5, sometimes 6 meals plus a shake every single day, around 5,000 calories. I wasn't tracking at that time because I kind of have a good understanding of nutrition. And that was really a point where I was able to kind of just really not free ball it, but kind of more of a intuitive eating approach, flexible lifestyle, because I was able to really just kind of go off the rip because I knew what I was doing to some degree. But at the same time, I knew that doing my first show and competing and going on stage for the first time, that I wanted to do it the right way. So I did hire a fitness coach, Patty List. Shout out Patty List, my guy, who's been helping me, really level up my physique. Now, I started a few weeks ago, so right now I'm about 13 weeks out. The show is June 24th. And it's been a really good process so far, but I wanted to make sure that, hey, if I was going to do this, I want to actually like do it. And I want to fucking win, like I want to win. Like I don't really do things half-assed. Like if I'm going to do it, I'm all in. So that's why I hired, an online coach, an in-person trainer, a therapist, and, all these things that I'm doing here to make sure that I'm not leaving anything on the table. I also have a poaching, Jesus. I also have a posing coach as well. Shout out Mr. Center Stage Physique Dave, the head trainer at Gold's Gym in Islip. So I literally have like, I don't know, maybe like 70 people on my team right now that are helping me bring the best to the stage here on June 24th. So my goal is to fucking win the damn thing. My goal is to win. My goal is to place, meet Guzman, and really just kind of get myself out there in the fitness space. I started my company about a year ago. So since then, the growth has been absolutely astronomical. And I'm just really excited to see where this goes. I'm just getting started. I'm only 25, and I really feel like the best days for me are ahead. I'm really just scratching the surface. Now, I know you guys may be coming on here and like, oh, dude, why are you talking about yourself? Well, I'm going to get into that a little bit more and kind of the details on the prep so far, just so you guys can get a better understanding of that. Because maybe you guys could take some value from that. So with that being said, let's keep it rolling. IG, what's popping? Drop some fire in the comments if you guys are with me and you're resonating to anything that I am saying here at this time. TikTok, same goes for you. Every platform that I got going on, let's see some fire emojis in the comments. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. You know what's funny is that growing up and all throughout like high school and college, like public speaking was legitimately my biggest fear. And now I do probably like 8 live streams a week, maybe more. I usually do like 3 to 4 inside my private community for my paid clients. And then I try and come on here like 3-5 times a week. So, do the math on that. It adds up pretty quick. And it's funny because it just goes to show what is possible when you put your mind to something, when you put your mind to a certain task, right? And you're willing to do whatever it takes, then I firmly believe that you can accomplish any task that you have in front of you. Oftentimes we tell ourselves that we can't do things and we convince ourselves that we're not capable, right? And then that mindset and that belief ultimately becomes a reality as a result. And, I fell victim to that for a majority of my life, and my goal here as a coach is to really paint the reality and the vision for you guys that anything is possible. I'm not just coming up on here and blowing smoke. That's the reality of the situation, right? That is the reality, is that we can do anything we put our minds to. And I really can't stress that enough. And I want to let this prep and this competition show that, because I'm going to be transparent, like this is my first show, right? I don't have any experience or really much knowledge on competing or hopping on stage or doing a show. Like I said, this is my first time, and I've slashed my calories off the bat. So going from 5,000 a day for months, trying to eat in a surplus and stay in a bulk, to now going to already I'm down to 2,600. So it's essentially slashed in half. I started at 213 pounds. I'm down to 207 already. I'm down almost 7 pounds already. And when you think about that, it's pretty drastic. It's pretty drastic, and it's a little bit, I don't know, I was going to say frustrating, but it definitely takes a toll on you mentally 100%, so I'm being open and vulnerable on my experience so far with the prep. I mean, I do love it though, because I feel like I'm really pushing the envelope, which I truly enjoy. I genuinely love fitness and I'm passionate for it. And it's just really funny because a few years ago, I fucking hated it. So like, that's the thing. And I believe it to my core. Why? Because if I was able to make a drastic lifestyle change and, essentially turn my entire life around and do a complete 180, then the question I have for you, for those who are listening and watching, is why can't you do the same, right? Like, why can't you do the same? And oftentimes I'm telling you from experience and working with a ton of clients that it's really the things that you tell yourself that are the most important. And I think that's the goal here with these live streams, with the podcast, with my page. I really want to make that message very fucking clear that the only person we have that's stopping us is ourself, is our own mind, That's really all it is. So with this prep, I'm dropping my calories. I'm increasing cardio, right? I'm getting a ton of steps. I'm doing about 40 minutes of cardio 5 days a week. So I'll do my training in the morning, and then I'll go back in the afternoon and do my cardio after a few meals. Now, depending on how I feel, sometimes I'll do it in the same session, but I like to break it up because after my training, I'll come home, shower, eat, work for a bit, put in a good 4 or 5 hours, take a break, do my cardio, maybe do a couple other things, and then call it a day. So I like to break it up. I like to get outside, especially with moving to Florida this weekend. I'm so fucking excited to get in the get in the sun and get a tan, really get some more vitamin D, because that's going to help hormonally with a lot of different things too. So, I mean, usually, as far as the caloric intake, I track every piece of food on my FitnessPal. It's really the best app, I believe, on the market. And it's pretty simple, it's straightforward. You literally just scan the barcode of the food, and then you're able to track the calories every single day. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. And then at the same time, I'm running my business full throttle. Right now, I have 32 active clients, and we're working closely with them every single day to change their life physically, mentally, emotionally. Our program is so much more than just physical, because it goes beyond that. It's the type of person that you are and how you choose to conduct yourself every single day. And that's what I believe in, and that's really something that I'm truly passionate about. And if you guys take nothing else from this, I want you guys to take this. Success does not give a fuck how you feel. Now, I got that from one of my mentors, and it really stuck with me. It really did, because I think majority of days you don't really feel like doing the things that you have to do. I myself included, all the time, I don't feel like doing lead gen or sales calls or, check-ins and these things. And, but I have to do it because I'm running a business, and I have people who are counting on me and relying on me. And that's my job and responsibility, to make sure that I'm showing up with energy, attention, and enthusiasm every single day, and I'd be lying if I said that I feel like doing that 100% of the time, because I don't. I'm a human being just like you. So I think that's the biggest thing here, is to understand that I'm no different. It's very easy to go on social media and see all these people doing all these swipe workouts with these crazy physiques and, painting these images on, like, trying to be someone. And it's just like, you have to kind of pull back from that and zoom out for a second and just say, hey, like, I'm running my own race, and focusing on what you can control and just giving the best effort that you can every single day. I think if you could operate from that mentality consistently, you will be in a much better position, and ultimately that creates true alignment and peace. And that's one of my core values and principles as a business owner, as a fitness coach, lifestyle coach, whatever you want to call me. That is truly the perspective that I choose to operate in every single day. And no, it's not easy. And getting off topic a little bit, ranting, I wanted to come on here and talk about my prep. And I feel like I kind of touched on that. It's really just been a calorie drop, tracking every piece of food, being really intentional with my sessions, my cardio, my sleep, stretching, yoga, meditation, all kinds of things. And that's pretty much what it's been so far. But we're just getting started. Like, the best is yet to come. 13 weeks out. We still got a good amount of time here. So I'm really excited to what I'm going to be able to bring to the stage. This is my first one, so get one under my belt. I think that I'm going to really find a passion for it. And who knows, maybe I'll continue to do that. Maybe I'll try and go the pro route. I don't know. I really don't have much expectations for it going in. I'm really just trying to do the best that I possibly can. And just that's really it. Just really give the best that I possibly can. And I think that's the message that I'm really trying to get across here, is that, it doesn't really matter who you are or what you're doing, right? It just matters that you're trying to give your best every single day. Like, at the end of the day, I really believe, like, that's all that matters. If you know that you could put your head on that pillow at the end of the day and say, hey, I gave 100%, I did all I could, then you could live without regrets. Because let's face it, right? Like, regret is one of the worst feelings in the entire world, because it is. I mean, that's my personal opinion. I genuinely feel that. And, like I said, I'm a human being. I've made mistakes. I have plenty of regrets in my life. But that feeling of that is something that I don't want to continue experiencing or continue feeling, right? So my goal is to leave it all on the table, no matter what it is. Like, that's a foundational principle in my life here. And for those who are listening, watching, I want you guys to really take some time and reflect on that. Like, can you say that about yourself? Can you say that you're giving 100% to what you're doing, right? Like, I want you guys to really take a second and think about that. Like, the answer to that. And for those who have followed me for a good amount of time, you've seen me post about that. You could say whatever you want to anybody. You could blow smoke. You could talk shit, right? You could do all that. But at the end of the day, there's only one person that you have to be content with, and that's yourself. Can't fake that. And the sad reality of it is that I used to try and fake that. I did. And I hurt a lot of people. I made a lot of mistakes. I burnt a lot of bridges, and like those feelings and pain that I experienced, that regret is just something that I don't want to continue feeling. And that's really a deep level of motivation for me to continue showing up every single day with energy and enthusiasm, and really just doing the best I possibly can and being the best I can be. And the connection with fitness is just absolutely remarkable. I really do believe it's probably the best thing you could do, not only for your body but your mind as well, and your overall health, and just the person that you become and the mindset that you develop. Because every single day you're going to war with your mind. You're going to war with your mind, your capabilities, and each day you're smashing barriers and lifting more weight. And just like, because for example, like you go to do a squat, let's say, and you're going to do 135 pounds, and then the next week you continue to just add more and smash that, and you're like, fuck, like all of a sudden I'm squatting 160 pounds and I didn't think that was possible. And then you're like, well, maybe I could do this, and then you try and you do it, and you just constantly stack that and build momentum. And that's really the beautiful part about fitness, and why I'm so passionate about it, is because it trickles into every single thing that you do. It's a direct reflection on the type of person that you are, and how you choose to operate on a daily basis. And you could drastically change your life and every single aspect of your being just by starting by making your bed and getting some movement in daily, by choosing better food, by, just really making a conscious decision and making a conscious effort to be better in some capacity. And that's really all it is at the end of the day, is just trying to make some form of effort on a daily basis. Like I have t-shirts for my brand that say better than yesterday. And that's really my mantra. And I'll probably be making a post about it either later this week or next week. And just really getting super clear on why I'm doing the things I'm doing, and just continuing to share that message in hopes to inspire other people to take action on their goals and really follow through with them. Because it's one thing to say, hey, I want to achieve XYZ, right? I want to lose 10, 20 pounds and get in shape for the summer. That's cool. But is that sustainable? Like me as a coach, my goal with every single client is to change their fucking lives forever, and how they operate and how they speak and how they act and conduct themselves. And personally, I think that's one of the best things that you could possibly do. Now, I may be rambling a little bit and going off a tangent, but at the same time, like, these are valuable things here. These are things that we should be talking about more, and it's a shame that we don't really get into that much. I mean, I don't really remember learning this stuff in high school. And unless you went for a calculated degree in college, chances are you probably didn't learn about it either. And that's something that really frustrates me as a person. And that's really something that I'm trying to change. So to get into a little bit more about my background, maybe that's another topic for another day. But at the same time, I think it's important to engage with you guys and just really deliver some value to the audience here. Just connect with you guys so you guys know where I'm at. So that is it. That is all. We are finished. Who says that? We are finished. Yo, I'm shot. It's been a long day. That's the end of the podcast, guys. I just wrapped it up. Who says that? We are finished. See, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes every single day. Yeah, I'm no different than you guys. And honestly, I think that's what's really cool about these live streams, is that I fuck up all the time. I stutter. I say things I don't mean to say, and I think that's what's important about it, is just to show that I'm a human being. I'm a regular fucking person just like anybody else, and I don't want anyone to feel like I'm better than anybody. Or I don't think I give up that vibe at all, but at the same time, it's always good for me to just kind of get that message out. So that's really all I had to say here, guys. Keep you updated. Maybe I'll do another one tomorrow, depending on how I feel. I am kind of moving every single thing that I own tomorrow, and driving down to Florida from New York on Friday morning. So dealing with a lot of stuff, and competing and running my business and helping as many people as I can. And that's pretty much it. That's where I'm at. So we'll wrap it up there. If you guys have any questions, any concerns, whether it be fitness, mindset, nutrition, whatever the case may be, even life, feel free to shoot me a DM, shoot me a message, whatever the case may be. My inbox is always open. Okay, so hope you guys have the best night of your entire lives. I got to go hop in the shower and get dressed. I'm going to head out soon. So talk to you guys soon. Peace and love, your boy.